Hey, good morning everyone. Happy Thursday today, right? And welcome to Alignment 1. I'm Niru from Singapore. So wherever you are streaming, any part of the world, so just stay connected for next 55 minutes of the class. We will go a little bit slower today again, so because since it's alignment 1, which is basically that you need to understand some of the movements and to opening up your muscles and joints to reach a particular asana. So I have taken about today 2 postures. Since last 2 weeks we did Trikonasana and then half moon, the Ardha Chandrasana. So I'm going along with the same line today to do a little bit of twisting. So that's your revolved triangle, right? The Parivarta Trikonasana and then revolved half moon, Parivarta Ardha Chandrasana. So I'm going to use a wall a little more today. So try to find a space, and if you have, you can use the wall support, right? So if you have a wall support, that becomes more easy to feel the posture. And then when you do the same posture, same asana without the wall, you can get the proper alignment of your body. So don't bother about the right and the left, whatever I say. So try to listen more and try to move according to your body and your right and your left side. Sometimes if you look at me, it might be a little bit confused for you, right? And yeah, so we'll start in a minute, right? Good morning and namaste everyone from Singapore, from Hong Kong, yeah, from wherever you are there. So you might need hi styles, wave. You might need a block if you have, as I always say, if you have a block, yes, you can just keep it. If not, it's just fine. You can always do without the block also, yes. Take a bottle of water and a small towel that will help you to bind your legs sometimes, yes, right? Hey Janet, hey Wolan. Great. So get back to your mat. So I hope my voice is clear and loud. Hi Nila. So you're sitting at that position. Straighten the legs in front first and bringing your left foot under your right kneecap, and then your right foot under your left kneecap, and the toes are flexed slightly in, the knees are dropping slightly down, and you're not moving your foot more outside. Pressing the palms at the top, roll the shoulders, lift the chest. So especially when you're sitting up, upright position, avoid arching the spine and avoid making the curve on the back. Try to maintain it just a simple, a straight line. It's just fine, right? And that. Once you're ready, roll it up, close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out through your nostrils, longer and gentle. So you go for a few more breaths. So completely settle down yourself. Deep inhalation. So as you exhale, Joining your palms to the center of your heart for Namaskar Mudra, salutation to the earth. Breathe in deeply and exhale. Open your eyes. Bye. Namaste everyone. Good morning, a very good morning to everyone. So changing your sitting position. So open the knees slightly out wider. The toes touching to each other. You don't move more wider, just focus. It's just a little bit of spine. The upper body, lean forward. Fingertips on the mat. Neck, lengthen and stay there. Do not sink your chest down all the way. Try to rest the rib cage on your thighs. And stay. Breathe in and breathe out through your nostrils. Few more breath. And slowly you can come up gently back to the center. You can bring your knees in close. Come on to the hands and knees. And try to focus with the spine here to take a little arch. The tummy goes down and look up. Exhale, rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more repetition. Go inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Good. And then just slowly back to the center line. Just stay here. Right. Stay there. So that's where you need to use options. So I'm using a block, and if you have a block, you place your block in the top height in front of your left hand. If you don't have the block, just forget about it. You just need to straighten your left arm front. Extend your left arm front using the right hand as a good support. Turn your head to the right side. That's it. Those who are having a block, place your block in front and then rest your left forearm. The palm is pointing to the right side, and then press the chest and the shoulder down. Stay there. Just stay there. So you will feel it more on your side of your chest and your arm, and try to focus more with your shoulders as well. And breathe in and breathe out through your nostrils. Right. Just stay, guys. Just stay there and breathe in and breathe out. Make sure your left arm is straight line, right? That can be on the top of the block or maybe down just on the mat. That's just fine. Few more breaths to go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come up to one inhale and bring your left hand down on the mat. Press the both hands around the spine. Exhale. Arch, inhale. Same thing. If you have the block, put it there. Forearm, go down. Don't have, just straighten your arm completely and turn the head to your left side. To your left side. Just stay there. in and out through your nostrils. So focusing more with your wrist and the sides. So observe what's happening on the side of your body. So that's the extension that you need to bring it up when you're doing your revolved twisting asanas. Right, so another 5 to go. 4, 3, 2. Then when I come up to inhale and bring your hand just down there. You can just slowly to walk your knees in front, curl the toes, and then you move back to sit. Right? Again, we'll work one more time for your triceps and then opening up with your upper back and checking more with your middle part also. Same way, use 2 blocks if you have in the top height. If you don't have the block, elbows down, hands down on the mat. That's it. You just try to put your arms down there on the top of your block, make it more firm. So this is the starting point if you have the block. And walking your legs slightly back and then stay, bring knees under your hips. Don't sink your body down here. You need to try to pull your abdomen in and stay here. This is for those who are using the blocks. And those who don't have a block, that's completely fine as well. Elbows down on the mat and then try to focus to bring the chin or the forehead on the mat again. You pour your abdomen in. There'll be a little gap between your armpit and the mat. That's just fine. Not necessary to reach it down completely on the mat. Stay. So today I'm going with the 2 different set of options, with block and without the block. So you cannot excuse yourself. Oh, I don't have a block, so I cannot do it. No, you can still do it without the block as well. Oh, just keep holding on to that position for now for 30 seconds. So almost there. So last 5, 4, 3, 2. So then when you're releasing, just slowly walk your knees in front and moving your hips back. Release your hands. Then you can come up, sit. So you can put your block aside. Check with the hands again. So try to focus to feel it, what's happening on the sides. Spreading your fingers and then bring your arms to the front. Check with the hips. So elevate the shoulders. You need to push. And then the knees off the mat and then you go up higher. Walk your legs back. The feet stays apart. That's your downward dog position to stay. What you need to do is your heels off the mat and lifting your tailbone up. Soften the knees here to smooth. Then bringing your abdomen close to the thighs. And then exhale, pressing your heels down on the mat. 2 more times to go. The heels off the mat, the hips goes up. Softening the knees to allow your abdomen to reach your thighs. And your heels drop it down without moving your spine forward. Then I take 1 more time and the heels off the mat. And checking more with your abdomen again to press a little closer. And drop your heels just down then. And slowly walking your legs to the front, one by one. Your knees, a little bit of bend, softness. Spine to take a little rounding. And then come up, inhale, slowly, up, higher. And stay here with a breath in and out through your nostrils. Exhale through the nostrils. Longer once again, so focus more on the standing positions. When you stand, a longer, and relax the shoulders, that's fine. Good. Then you place a block in front. If you don't have a block, simple. Just put your right foot in front. That's just fine. Resting the right sole of your foot on the top of the block, and the heel goes down on the mat. And moving your left leg to the back and turning your foot out. Hips equal line, so there's no twisting. Turn completely in. Knees are straight, lifting up higher towards the thigh. Arms to the ceiling and stretch higher. Then you go down, relax, half. Stay here with your halfway position. And observe more with your abdominal muscles that you need to pull and lengthen the spine forward. Stay. Breathe in and breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1.5. Inhale. Bring hands to the waist. Your right foot down on the mat. You can switch your legs, right? This time you can put your left leg on the top of the block. So focus more on the sides. So active listening. Your left foot on the block and the right foot is on the back. Knees remain straight. Outer hip, turn front. Make it just simple with the movement. Spine straight, arms inhale, stretch up higher all the way, and then you come down halfway. When you go down a half, focus your hips, then you're lifting, and the knees are straight line. Lengthen the spine, abdomen in. And you're not making curve, no arch on the back, right? Stay there. Once again, 5 counts. Check with the hips. 4, 3, 2. Good. And 1. Coming up, inhale. So bring your hands down on your waist. So bring your foot down there completely. Now, so you're just moving your block aside. So now you don't need a block for right now. So the same thing, you're going to do it with your wall. Try to focus more with your feet together first. I'm stepping my right foot forward, so you just step your right foot forward and the left leg stay back. So if you can find this wall support, put the left heel, outer edge of the heel against the wall, not your little toe. Do not turn. It's just the outer edge of the heel touching the wall. That's enough. And turning the hips nicely in front, knees are straight. Same thing, arms inhale, lift up higher. The hinge from the back, and you go down and a half. Lengthen your spine forward. You don't go down all the way. You're lengthening, extending forward, and breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. After inhale, hands to the waist. So step your left foot front, straight line. So don't move your legs forward and back. So that's the proper adjustment that you've already made. And just step your right foot back and turning your foot slightly out so your heel will touch. Turn the right hip in front. So no slanting on your hips. Knees are straight. Arms again. Inhale. Lift up higher. There you go. Extend forward. Keep stretching in front. 10. 9. Make sure the kneecaps are lifting up. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Up here. Hands to the waist. Great. And then bringing your feet together. Right. And now then you go a more closer to the wall. Stand against the wall. Right? Just stand against the wall. With your feet apart. More distance here. And then you can turn your left foot outside. Your left foot outside. And the right foot turns slightly in, and you're turning the body as well. So you see that on the side of the body is just staying against the wall, right? So completely turn down. Bring your left arm higher. Move the left arm to your back. And then the right arm pressing against the wall. And then you need to turn your hip more in front. And try to turn your head to look at your left hand, the left fingers. So allow your right cheek or the right ear to reach the wall. Twist. Stay there. What if I don't have the wall close to my mat? Simple. Do the same thing with your legs apart, and then you can turn this way. So not necessary. Remember, if you don't have the wall, just stand straight and then you can just simply turn. That's fine. Breathe there for about 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Bring your left arm first and then the right hand to the waist. Bring your left hand down. Good. Turning the body. You need a stretch, so you need to turn the left foot in. Spine stays against the wall. So repeat the same thing those who are doing with the wall. So this time I'm not going to do it with the wall, but without the wall. Turn your right foot out. Left foot slightly in. Turning the body to your right side. Right? And check more with the hips. Right arm to the ceiling. And then you swing the right arm to the back and turn. Stretch the left arm in front. So focus more on your shoulders and the chest and the hips. As you turn to the side, don't forget the knees are straight line. Lifting the kneecap higher to the thighs. Stay and breathe in and breathe out for the same way about 6. Remember to turn your waistline and the abdomen stay in, then turn the shoulder out. 4, 3, 2, and then 1 to get back to the center line. Hands to the waist, turning the body and the foot in. Good. So now we'll prepare for your Trikonasana, the Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Starting from the base, your feet together, that's your Tadasana, and then your feet apart. Check more the distance. Hand stays there on the waist. Your left foot, heel up, turn out, press down. Right foot, turn slightly in, turning the hips. Stay straight here. So if you have a block, place your block to your outer part of your outside of your left foot. Stay here. So if you don't have the block, just place something for you to support. That's fine. Check the hips. Now bring your right arm alone to the ceiling. So not the left hand, just the right arm. Stretch. Rotate the pelvic. And you go down here halfway. Keep lengthening your spine and stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just bring your right hand on the top of the block so that the body is not moving down, just pressing since the block is on the top height. And then turning your trunk to your left side and stay. Without collapsing your right hip, right? Stay there. Breathe in and breathe out. Holding on to that position. So there. So you are here. Keep turning your rib cage outside. The knees stay straight line to turn. And if you're comfortable and well balanced, send your left arm. Breathe in, keeping the knees straight. Breathe out. Check the hips. You can even turn your head and then looking up to the ceiling, to your left hand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left hand to the waist. Bring the body back to the neutral position. Stretch your right arm in front. And then you go up. Inhale. Hands to the waist. And then you can turn the foot in. Stay here. You don't bring your feet together. So stay in that position is just fine. So now we'll go for the other side, right? And turn your right foot. Turn the left foot slightly in. Turning your hips, outer hip. Stay first. Check the hips and breathe. In and out through your nostrils. Try to aware more with the hips and spine. So keeping the right hand on the waist, left arm to the ceiling. Stretch up. There you go down to exhale. It's just the halfway that you're dropping the body, not completely. So since you're holding on to the right side of the waist, you just need to feel your hips are not tilting. Breathe for a 5 there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just see that action from your left hand. That left hand comes down outside of your right foot. You have already placed a block or some solid things for you to support. Turn the shoulders. Turn the chest. Bring your rib cage outside, but no twist on the hip. And turn nicely up. Sending your right arm. Stay with that. Or continue to turn your head and looking up, gaze at your right thumb or to the ceiling. 5. Left hand should stay lighter. There. 4, 3, 2. 1. Right hand to the waist. So bring the spine back to the neutral. Stretch your left arm right. Then you come up. Inhale. Hands to the waist. You don't need to put the feet together. You just need to turn your foot in, checking more with the hips, and then join your feet together for Tadasana. So starting and ending is your Tadasana. So if you do it exactly from the center of your mat, it becomes more easy, so you won't get confused, instead of standing at the top of the mat. So we'll do it again. Second way. Method, same way, from Tadasana. Roll the shoulders, right? Move your feet apart. And check your hands to the waist. Turning your left foot out 90 degrees. Right foot in 45 degrees. Turn the waist. Focus on the hips. So this time when you go down, you try to keep your block in the middle height or maybe a low height. So two options. It's either middle or the low. Choose your option. Place it outside of your left foot. Once you turn it up, right arm to the ceiling, knee straight, stretch, and you go down. Forward, X, and stay. You just need to hold this extension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your right hand, but not the body. Turn the trunk and your left arm to the ceiling. Stretch. As you bring the left arm higher, focusing more with the hip. And stay with that. 10 more. 9, 8. It's your option to keep the left hand on the waist. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your left hand to the waist. Spine back to the neutral and send your right arm to the front. Extend and you come up. Inhale. Hands to the waist. Turn your foot in. So now again the same thing. It works for the other side. Right foot up 90 degree. Left foot in 45 degree. Hands to the waist and turning the body in front. To your right. Check the hips. Left arm to the ceiling. Higher enough. Down for a half. Exhale. Keep extending here and just stay here for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left hand down, outer part of your right. So that's the block that you have already. And again, turn the trunk nicely. Send your right arm up. And turn the trunk but without collapsing your hips. Stay 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to the waist. Spine back to the neutral position, stretching your left arm. Extend forward. Come up. Inhale. Bring your hand to the waist and then you can turn the foot front in. Bring your feet together. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest. That's right. So the previous two methods that you have done again with your block, and this time you're gonna do the same way again for your Trikonasana revolved without any props. So no blocks, nothing. You can just put your block away. Unless if you need, yes, you can choose to keep it. Starts with Tadasana. Roll the shoulders. Check the hips. And bringing your feet apart. The distance away, not too close. Hands on the waist. Check the hips. Turn your left foot out. Right foot in. Hips turning to your left. And there you bring your right arm to the ceiling. Higher than you go down a half. Keeping the extension to stay 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the right hand down on the top of your left shin bone. Or maybe the outer part. Or maybe inner side. So anywhere that you're finding it easier, that's fine, as long as you don't collapse your hips. That's just fine. And you can turn the trunk nicely out. Then sending your left arm up to the ceiling. It's your option to take your left hand up. If not, just keep your hands just there on the waist and maintain a good twist and stay there. 10, 9, 8, 7. So if you have the wall with you, just use your hand, press, and then you can twist it, so that will give you a good stretch and turning. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring your left hand to the waist, and then spine back to the neutral to stretch your right arm. Then come up, in, up. Hands to the waist, and then you can turn in your hips. Turning your left foot in. Other side, and turning your right foot. Left foot in. Turning the hips. Knees to line, straight line. Focus with the hips. So your right hand stay there on your waist, and then stretch. Left arm. So off there, to exhale. Stay 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left hand down there. So in front, outside, on the top is just fine. And taking a good turning for the upper body. And see if you can move your right arm up to the ceiling. Stay 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right hand to the waist, spine back to the neutral, and stretch your arm. Then you come up, inhale, hands to the waist, and turn. Tadasana together. So relax the shoulders and arms to the sides. Stay there. Breathe in and breathe out, so you can feel it completely there on your legs, glutes, and checking more with your sides, especially there, right? So that's your revolved trikonasana, the parivarita trikonasana. And moving on to the second one, a quick one, to your half moon revolved position. So the starting position here with the same thing, checking more with your hips, right? So before we moving on to the positions, you try to find your wall again. So check the hips, stand straight, and the feet together. And try to focus more. You might need a block or something to support for you in front, right? Something like this. So when you go down for a simple halfway forward bend, just one hand on the block. Or if you have 2 blocks, yes, you can just keep 2 hands. Something like this. And then kick one leg, that's probably your right leg. So this is where the confusion happens. So what is the distance I should maintain between the wall and the body? If you are getting this confusion, always remember, you face the wall and kick the leg until you touch something somewhere here. And once you touched it, so that's the distance that you need to maintain. So you don't move your leg forward or backward and then you turn around. Right? So from here, try to check more with the hips to just go down on a half. Place your hands on the top here of the block, and then you kick 1 foot back. So that foot should press against the wall more firmly, and don't lift the right hip. Hip stays parallel. Check more with the hips here. Stay. Hands pressing a little bit. Left leg stays stronger. Right foot stays against the wall more firmly. And then stay with that. Step 1. Dropping the right foot. Switch. Kick the left leg. Same. The left knee stays straight line. Left hip press in. Stay up. Your hands carries less weight. Your right foot carries more weight, and the back foot pressing the wall more firmly. That's right. We'll repeat it another 2 times. Drop the left foot down. Go. Right foot back. Press. Stay. Down Left foot back, press, stay. Drop it down. Go for one more time. Right foot back, press. Don't twist the hip. Down. Left foot back. Left hip not turning, the left knee stays stronger. Down. Then slowly stand up. Inhale. So don't move your foot front and back, let's just remain the same thing. And then we'll get into the next step to reaching your revolved half moon. From Tadasana, same way, half line, forward bend. And then stepping the right foot back on the wall, press nicely against the wall. You can bring your left hand to your waist. Turn your rib, chest, shoulders. That's enough. The same thing that you did before while doing your revolved Trikonasana. Same thing. But just the right foot is pressing the wall. More full. Turn. Stay, breathe in and out. And bringing your spine back to the neutral. Hand down on the block. Drop. Good. Repeat the same thing for the other side and kick. Left leg. Back. Press. Knee straight. Right hand to your right waistline to turning your shoulder and the chest. Ouch. So when you turn there, left leg knee stays stronger and turn it up. Breathe. Good. Turning the spine back to neutral. Drop the hand. Bring your foot and slowly come up. Inhale. Tadasana. Arms to the sides. So then we're moving on to the next step. So that will be your last step, and then we'll come off from the wall, right? So from Tadasana, raise arms, inhale, forward. Exhale, Uttanasana with your block. Step right leg kick back. Press nicely. Same technique to bring your left hand there on the top of your waist and turn the body. And here's the one. You need to press that right foot against the wall more firmly to get the balance. Just stay on to the right fingertips a bit and turn. And see if you can bring that right hand off. Or maybe to reduce that height of the block to the middle height. Then you can just stay with the fingertip to turn. That's fine, stay. But just you need to reduce the weight of your right hand. And slowly to bring your hand back to the block and your foot down. So obviously you can feel the difference on your hips here. When you're moving on to the other side, remember that your leg stays just straight and the knees as well to move your left leg. Stronger. The more you put that weight here on the left hand, you will not be able to get into that position, so your weight still stays here. I want you to shift the weight to the leg, not on the hand, right? Right hand comes to the waist, turn, right hand stay there on the waist, left hand stay lighter to turn. That's good. Now, bring your hands back again to the block. Put the leg down, hands up, inhale, Tadasana. So, exactly you're going to repeat the same thing without the wall support now. Use that block if you have, as I told you, or maybe some solid stuff to hold for the support for the hands. Right, we'll repeat here. Okay, very good here. So the spine in the Tadasana position. Arms inhale, stretch, exhale. Right, you're here, right? Bring right leg all the way back again. Just imagine your right foot is just pressing against the wall. Good. And then your left hand comes to the waist. Turn your trunk and the shoulder out. So it's your option to get your left arm higher or the right leg stay straight and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, your foot down. You can feel that the hips and the glute muscles more here. So repeat it again for your other foot. Send your left leg back. It stays straight, landing in the observe mode with the kneecap. Don't put the weight on your left hand. Spine lengthen nicely and take your right arm. Your hands just stays in the waist and turn the body. So bringing the right arm higher is your option, but don't put too much weight on your left hand. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hand down and your foot down. And smooth it out. Inhale. Tadasana. Exhale. Good. So we'll repeat it one more time. And this time when you go, the block position can go down even lower. Or maybe over here. Or if you don't want to keep the block, put it aside. To feel a proper move of your Ardha Chandrasana, Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. With a standing line, spine straight, Tadasana, arms inhale, forward, exhale, spine half, in, so kick the right, all the way back up, higher. Right fingertip to press the spine, lengthen. Left hand there on the waist. Good. And smooth again, smooth. Turn your shoulder and the chest out. It's your option to take your left arm up all the ways. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bringing your hand down and your leg down. Stay with that, spine half in. So if you needed support, maybe a water bottle there on the top is just fine. Maybe a block, some solid support. Kick, left leg back. Stronger, half left. Left hand stay lighter to bring right hand on the waist and turn. No collapse in the hips, the legs stay stronger. Send your right arm up to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And drop the hand and the leg. Come up to inhale. Tadasana. Exhale. So, those are the 2 practices. Then you can just go down, fall, sit down, then exhalation. So joining your sole of your feet closed. And try to maintain the gap between your heels and your hernia. So reaching a forward, exhalation. Relax your hip. And at the center, good. And then you go close to the wall, very close to the wall. And smooth, you just bring your spine down And then rise your legs up here for 90 degrees. Since you have done a lot of strengthening for your leg postures and movements, you need to give a little bit of circulation to follow down to your hips. 90 degrees. So joining your sole of your feet, the hips pressing against the wall, and try to bring your heels more in closer to your perineum, and checking out the knees and your groins to pull more away, but don't need to push. You can slowly just stretch your legs up higher, then you can dropping your legs to the sides, and you can come up. Inhale. So once you're up, and if you have a blanket, roll the blanket and place it on the back, or maybe a pillow or 2 pillows on your back. That gives you more smooth and softness. And those who are holding on to the block, you place one, maybe 2 blocks, one on the another. Go closer to the block, legs there, dropping your elbows, and slowly to lie down on your back. So the chest that expands nicely here. The legs straight. Stay there. If you're finding that is more challenging, you can always use 1 block in the medium, the middle heights. Or 2 blocks, one on the another. That's just fine. So giving a little more deeper relaxation for your lower back, or the opening up more of the center part of the chest. Stay a few more breaths. Great, and then using elbows as it gets apart, head up and slowly come up. Then you can remove the block. Put your block aside and check more with the legs. You just simply to hug your legs around the spine. Release, just go slowly to lie down on the back. Try to check more with your hips. Bring both knees in close together. Move the hips to your left side, dropping the knees to your right side. And then right hand on the top of your left thigh, turn your head to the left side to twist it. A supine twist. And you can switch the same thing for the other side. And back to the center. Slowly just stretching your both legs to the front, feet apart, hands apart, and then you can close your eyes for your final set of relaxation. So that's the end of our session. So I hope you guys just did your best for the 2 asanas that we have done just now. Let me just quickly go through it before I signing off the video. I hope you guys just did your practice, not just sitting and watching. Great. Yeah, there's not much suggestions today. As long as you are enjoying the practice, always good. Just feel free to spread your words to all your friends and families to just click onto the Pure page and stay connected with the practice. When will I be doing vinyasa? Okay, maybe so soon. You just like whatever the classes that you want to do, just like type in the comment and put it there. So then they'll make another good new schedule for your classes, right? Good, and thank you very much, guys. Hi, Sharon, you're here. Good. Hey, Aping. Good, you're doing good at Japan. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and just stay safe, stay home, and stay connected with your practice. Stay healthy, right? So I'm gonna end up this video. So this video is gonna be there for next 24 hours, and later on they will upload it in Pure official page. Yes, Vinyasa. Soon. Hi, Janice. Okay, guys. See you then. Thank you. La. Thank you, guys. Thank you.